Welcome to Independence High School. It is homecoming night. I am Matt Balzer. With me is Trae Weiss, and this is the Independence High School media feed coming at you on WCTV Game of the Week. The Independence High School Eagles are playing against the C.P.A. Lions in what could be a very good game tonight.
Absolutely. C.P.A. known for football. They've had a lot of success the past few years. I know some guys that have played in that program, and they're well coached. They do things the right way. So this should be a good matchup. Really interesting matchup for our Eagles tonight.
Now, Independence is at 500 at 3-3, and this is a non-district matchup. And you know, Independence has had a little bit of a down year compared to what they're used to the last couple seasons with the amount of success going undefeated and then losing in the state championship game last year.
Yeah.
But watching this team that's pretty young kind of grow has been an interesting ride.
It's a little bit different type of season than we're used to here at Indy, but you know, I think this team is coached well enough to overcome those losses that we're not used to.
Yeah, and tonight's going to be a good test for them as Independence after this week will head into their final 3 games of the season, which are all district matchups, and to find out if and where they will be in the playoffs.
The gauntlet of the Williamson County region.
It is, and athletics in Williamson County are very, very good. And, you know, it's just like any given Friday, you know, you never know what's going to happen. So Independence is going to kick off as we get started on this beautiful evening. It was a little warm today at homecoming, but tonight it's turned out to be nice.
We had a good day of a lot of games, kids having some fun, powder puff football. It was hot, but now it is nice and cool, and it doesn't get much better than this.
You know, I enjoy it. Being up here with you, Coach Weiss, it's our first game of the year.
I missed you.
All right, Rickney kicks it off. And it is going to be a touchback. So C.P.A. is going to get the ball at the 20-yard line. Independence is built on speed this year more than anything else.
Yeah, they definitely have to rely on guys moving side to side. With these spread offenses that we face pretty much every single week, we've had to kind of adjust in personnel and get those fast guys on the field.
It's interesting how high school offensive has started following the college game.
Oh, man.
So passing, let's see if it hit the ground or not. It's going to be a catch, and that was so.
I don't know. I thought that ball might have touched the ground a little bit there, but it looks like he's.
So 2nd and 4, going no huddle. Looks like they have everything mapped out here. So C.P.A. trying to keep Independence on their heels. And the ball is going to be handed off, and that is West for C.P.A. He's going to pick up a first down and move the chains.
Love tempo. They're working fast.
So it's kind of interesting, you know, when you go up tempo, try to keep the defense on the heels, keep the same personnel in the lineup.
Hit 2 tight ends in this formation.
So we're going to hand the ball off to West again. And that time the Eagles have the answer for it.
Nice play right there.
And for the first punt of the evening, a flock of Eagles.
Well, actually, that was first down. So
that was a flock. That was the first pun.
Pun. Oh, I think
not
punt.
No,
My bad.
I mean,
my bad.
Man, you're off. We're off our game right now, and this is like a wide audience.
We're not off our game. We're on our game.
This is going to be shown like 14 times on Channel 3.
That's
okay.
Fine.
So in shotgun format right now, back to pass, and he's got a little bit of a hole, and he's going to slide, and that was a late hit.
Yep.
You gotta give up on the late hit there. So that's a huge 15-yard penalty against the Eagles, and you don't see too many slides in high school.
You don't. That was
smart.
Someone's been working with the baseball team there. I might wonder if he's a baseball player.
Did you like that form?
I did. It was good form.
Yeah, I quit playing baseball because my slides were just awful. That and I couldn't hit.
That's a big chunk of yardage right there coming out of that late hit.
Yeah, it looked like the sophomore Phillips.
You got to see it and check. I know it's tough. It's tough because you're going 100 miles an hour, but you got to do something to get out of the way.
And you want to get a hit in on the quarterback. So there, nothing doing for Patterson, Kane Patterson, the running back. And so that's going to bring up second and, I would say, going back to second and 10 on that. And C.P.A. is just into Independence's territory on the 48-yard line. So once again, no huddle.
These backs for C.P.A. just want to get downhill. It looks like they're hard-nosed kids, just trying to get north and south.
So shotgun snap and go out on the flat, and that was a great tackle. Pass to Neighbors.
Howard.
And was that Brooks Howard on the tackle?
That was Brooks Howard on the tackle. That was a really nice play. He had a lot of cushion there, but as soon as he saw it and read it, came up hard, made a good open field tackle. If he doesn't hang on there, we might still see him running. He had a lot of room.
Brooks, one of the hosts of our Independence High School Sports Show.
Yep, Brooks Howard.
So 3rd and 9. So 3rd and long, the first time that Independence has got C.P.A. in a long situation. Shotgun snap. And quarterback's going to run. And it looks like he is going to pick it up. Just barely. That was a good scramble by the quarterback.
Another flag on the play. His quarterback's pretty athletic. He's he had trouble with the snap, didn't panic, just kind of kept his composure and made something out of nothing.
Yeah, Ryan Elledge is his name. So we're waiting on the spot or penalty. We'll see what the call is.
Eligible man downfield.
Yeah, so legal man downfield before the quarterback crossed the line of scrimmage. So that hurts. I mean, that hurts. It's a costly penalty whenever you put a first down on the board or when you take a first down away. And so the 12-yard run is going to be wiped out.
I'm gonna channel my inner Tony Romo, but I'm gonna look for a screen of some sort. They're going empty right here. No, they're not. But I'm looking for a screen here of some sort.
Screen to Neighbors is what I'm going to guess.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Right there you go. Okay.
Yep.
So screen to Patterson. That was close. That was one number off.
Yeah, one number off. Yeah, but hey, we called it.
So Independence, after giving up a first down and then a costly penalty, they come straight out and stop them on a really, really good stop. But C.P.A. wins the position battle early on, and they have switched the field. So we will see.
That's a big win for Independence's defense. I know a couple breaks went our way there at the end of that drive, but before that, a lot of things were going wrong for us. So it's a good job for our defense to hang on there.
So Sheffield with the return. He dropped it, and he's able to get around the corner, and he's cutting it back to midfield before he's still going, and all the way down to the 43-yard line. TJ Sheffield, very elusive on that play.
Yeah, got a little wiggle about him. He's dangerous with the ball in his hands. The punt sailed on him. He didn't panic. He picked it up and made a play. That was nice.
So we'll see. It looks like it's going to be taken back.
Oh.
So maybe there was a reason he broke free?
Probably a block. I would say a block in the back. Anytime that punt returner gets to the edge, you look for guys to kind of peel back, and unfortunately they get their hands on the back of that defender, and you get that block in the back penalty.
It's tough. I mean, when it's the open field, because you got to just think about just how much space you have on that. So this is taking them all the way back to, it looks like the 10-yard line. And so 90 yards. They can do it. Heck, they just had one play and they went 45.
Stranger things have happened than going 90 yards.
Since watching all these high school games, especially up here, I've seen some very odd things happen.
We mentioned it earlier too, like just with these offenses now, it's not, used to it was an impossible task to go 90 yards. But now these explosive offenses and these athletes, it's way more doable.
That was Scurry for a pickup of about 6, and trying to get it. And with the speed that Independence has, it's almost like you pass those little short passes that usually open up the run game.
Yes. You get that soft coverage. You try to hit something quick, tighten those guys up.
Going back at it. So, and if they picked up anything there,
about a yard.
Just about a yard or 2 maybe. So that's going to bring up about, it looks like a 3rd and 1.
I really like what Coach Blade's doing with Cisco there. Just a couple simple routes, simple catching or throwing catches, and trying to get him in some sort of rhythm.
Yeah, let him go to the game early. So there it is. And nice move on that.
Again, just a little hitch route.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I couldn't see if that was the smash or not, but just a simple hitch. Nathan Cisco rolling out to his right. Good pitch and catch there.
So, and right away going to their speedsters, Scurry on the first 2 plays and then Sheffield on the 3rd. And you just kind of know that's going to happen. But then you got Troy Henderson to hand the ball off to. So we'll see. Like when they go there, and they're fake the flat. Scurry wide open, and he is going to be brought down at the 19-yard line. What a play.
Nice play.
Right when you think that they're going to go ahead and throw the ball out, they throw the ball down the sidelines, and what a catch and what a run by Scurry. And Cisco right there with the great.
Well, hey, that was a great throw, great catch, but that was all Coach Blade. He set that up with those two or three hitch routes, tighten those corners up, and then of course you got the big 4-star on the outside. Give him a little pump fake, and then throw it up and let him go get it. That was nicely set up by Coach Blade there.
And here comes Henderson. He rolls off. He's trying to get to the edge, and he gets there and picks up about 4 yards.
Block in the back.
So there looks like another. So Weiss says block in the back. I concur. So, yep.
Was it a hold or was it a block in the back? I couldn't tell. I couldn't see.
It was a hold.
Hold. Okay. No. Same difference.
Thanks to Joe Deo in the announcer's booth. So that makes it a 1st and 20. But so far they've been able to pick up large chunks. So we'll see what they do on this. But you never want to face anything over 10. That's going to be 5 yards back, so it's going to be 1st and 15. Independence kind of got C.P.A. on their heels a little bit, kind of worrying about, that now that they're worrying about the short, they're worrying about the long as well.
Well, you said it earlier.
Oh, no, that was a false start on Independence. So now we're facing 1st and 25.
But you said it earlier, with these weapons Independence has got, there's always a threat to take one to the house. You got TJ and Sheffield and Kendrell Scurry on the outside. Then you've got guys like Isaiah and Harold Arana on the inside that have playmaking ability.
So Cisco rolls out, throws it just off the hands. And it looked like the pass was there, but just maybe a little bit behind him.
Touch too high. Isaiah, not the tallest guy in the world, but he's usually pretty sure-handed, really athletic kid. That's a rarity for him. Usually he comes down with those. I'm sure he'll get that fixed.
So one of those, the junior receiving corps of Independence High School, it's just amazing that they're all in 11th grade.
Oh, I mean, those three. I mean, you got Scurry and Sheffield, and you got Isaiah Collier, and those three have been dangerous this year.
Oh, what a pass! And that was caught by Jackson Twaddle.
Jackson Twaddle, I believe, gets his first catch on the year there.
That was a great play.
That's a great catch. He's in traffic, just secured it. Makes this 3rd down really manageable.
It does. So Twaddle, senior, as we were talking about the junior wide receivers, the senior
Well, you need that. You need guys like Jackson and Harold to really come in and make those tough catches with guys on their back, and you see an example of that right there.
So back to pass, and Sheffield, just a little high. So we'll see what they do here. I have a feeling that this is kind of one of those like kind of iffy areas, I think.
It's between high school kickers. It's kind of area where it's kind of a tough area to feel for those guys, especially ones that have a ton of experience versus guys that may not have as much experience.
And at the hash marks too.
Right.
It's a lot more. So pass is almost intercepted, but that wouldn't have mattered. So intended for Scurry. So C.P.A. is going to take the ball over at the 15, but Independence shifted the field back to them. And it looks like right now that the Independence offense is clicking, but penalties just burn them at the end.
Yeah, just a little, just some false start here, false start there, a holding penalty that can kill a really good drive. Fortunately for Independence, they made enough big plays to push C.P.A. back. So they've got a ways to go here, but definitely something Coach Blade will get fixed.
So they're going to hand the ball off. Lots of room up the middle. And Javon Roberson with the tackle on that, but great blocking by Sam West.
Nice
for
run
Sam
there.
West there.
Little simple dive play up the middle. They found a crease and hit it hard.
So they're just going to go ahead and go back there again. And that time it is
Patterson. Kane Patterson. He looks like a load.
So it's interesting though because multiple players are running the ball so far. They switch off running back by committee here at C.P.A.
All these backs that have been in the game for C.P.A., they have one agenda, and that's to get north and south as quick as they can.
And there, let's see who we had on the tackle.
Is that Pierce? Or
Chapman. Yeah, Brian Chapman,
Chappie. Sophomore Chappie. He's a tenacious kid. Tenacious.
You get to know a lot of these guys. I have a few.
I have several. I have several in class. All great kids.
It's all right. Big third down here, and wide open. And so that was Rinker on the catch for C.P.A. Yeah, it looked like that. There's a little confusion in the secondary for Independence on that play, on who had who, and
soft coverage. Looked like they went to the smash. Same combination that Independence went with on their drive, and then you get that corner. His job is kind of to sit in that middle of that route and cover two. I couldn't tell if Independence was in a cover two or not.
So right at midfield right now, and a screen pass nicely set up, and moving it, and he's going, and it looks like Roberson is there, but he's going to run it in for a touchdown, and no. So that was Rinker again.
That's great.
And that was a nice screen play, and Rinker did a good job with letting the blocks, kind of show up there. He didn't rush it at all.
Stayed patient. He let that. That was a nicely formed screenplay, really well developed there. He had an arsenal of people ahead of him blocking for him, and that was just because he was patient.
So here comes the point after, as we have 3.5 minutes left, and it's good. So that brings the score to C.P.A. 7 and Independence High School 0. And it's going to happen.
Yep. Yeah, it's C.P.A. put together a nice drive at the beginning of the game, and penalties kind of stopped them. They kind of stopped themselves, but that drive they had a couple really good play calls and they were set up nicely and they were executed even better.
Yeah, the run, when they were able to run up the middle on that really opened up a lot for that passing game. And you'll see that a lot, and it's like kind of like what Independence was doing with the short passes into the long pass. It's just that you get accustomed to a certain way, and then when that screen came along, didn't have anything.
What's at every level? Every level, you run the ball. As you run the ball effectively, that defense tightens up, which loosens things on the outside, and then that creates space for those playmakers to get the ball and work in that space. And that's, you're setting up things just like I mentioned. Independence's last drive, Coach Blade set up that deep pass to Scurry. And I think C.P.A. had that in their pocket, waiting to use it for a while.
That's it. So here comes the kickoff, and this ball is going to be touchback.
You got to love that. Guys that just want to return it, they're begging to return it. They just want the ball in their hands.
When did that change over in high school, the end zone?
It's been around a while. I think.
Was it that way when you were in high school, like 4 years ago?
4 years ago. It was not 4 years ago. It was more like 9 years ago.
That's still you're still a baby.
I pride myself on my youth. Yes, I am proud of it. I just wish I could have had you as a teacher.
Oh, well, I've been teaching long enough to where that could have been the case. And so, all right. Pass Scurry just could not hold on to that. He started running downfield. He's a little frustrated with himself after that.
Well, he doesn't. That's uncommon for him. He's got to secure that catch. He's a competitive kid, and anytime he knows he should have caught that ball, but he'll get it fixed. He's a tremendous athlete. He's got to secure that catch.
So Henderson with the run and almost got tackled at the line of scrimmage. Was able to pick up 5 on that. Got spun around and then picks up 5. So now it brings up a 3rd and 5. We'll see what Independence does. Independence needs to get a first down here so where they can gain some of that momentum back.
And just the field position game.
Yeah. So pass, and Sheffield catches it and is tackled immediately, but that's going to be a pass for about 11 yards.
Nice catch there. Ball was a little up, a little behind. TJ goes up. He's probably thinking about that catch he should have had in the previous drive, and he wasn't going to let that happen again. That's a nice play by TJ Sheffield.
Those plays are not easy, and because you're going to get hit.
No.
Because you're coming through the middle, you're going to get hit in that situation. And for the players as good as they are to be able to bring that down is great. And so quarterback's going to hold on to this, going to lose 2. Looked like it was a little bit of an option, so Cisco's going to be brought down.
Back to your point, for a young and somewhat still inexperienced quarterback in his first year starting, making those type plays for him, getting that confidence up is huge, especially early in a game in the first quarter.
Yeah, and think about the shoes that he's following, though. With Bunch and Hines the last 2 years, putting up video game numbers.
Right.
And there's a lot of pressure, and he's done a great job for that. It looks like there's movement before.
Looked like an illegal someone running, or maybe timeout, C.P.A. Looked like they had a guy run on the field late. And so
timeout, C.P.A. on that. So we have 2 minutes to go. So far, this game has kind of been moving along pretty quick.
Well, you got 2 really high-powered offenses that are up tempo and teams like that are clicking. There have been plays that have been made in this game early, and when that happens, it's exciting. It seems like it makes it go faster, if this is the kind of the story for the rest of the game, it's going to be an exciting one.
It is, and also, watching all the different weapons that both teams have. Because a lot of times in high school. And it's almost not this way anymore when you watch football here, at Independence, and then all the teams that we play. But there's just so many athletes, and they're trained so well because the coaching staff here is second to none.
Absolutely.
And so much respect for them. Know a lot of them. Most of the coaches just work with them for a few years and just have such a great time getting to know them, and they're just the best at what they do.
They are. They really are.
So Cisco to pass. Sheffield picks it up. Nice gain. He's going to pick up about 20 yards on that play. And so that's another first down. And so they're not, if Independence finds a play that works, they're not going to be afraid to go to it over and over and over again.
That was a really good throw. I mean,
It's a great route too. The throw and the route were perfect.
Great route, and he was barely open. Great throw, great catch.
So no huddle on this, and the handoff to Henderson. He is going to be stopped about a yard or 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, bring up 2nd and 12.
And that linebacker was not touched.
Yeah, there was a missed assignment on that.
There was. It had to have been.
So 2nd and 12. Hines is going to pass, roll out, and he's going to be forced to pass. Nice job on. Nice job for C.P.A.
And they took a big hit there. He took a big hit.
Yeah, Mims Montgomery with the.
That's a quality name there, Mims Montgomery.
Is that us? No, that's us.
Oh.
I don't know, Mims. I'm getting my rosters mixed up. I apologize, man. So here we go. So 3rd and long. He's got time on this, and overthrows Scurry, and it's picked off. And he is going to be brought down at the 16-yard line. So pass came in a little bit high.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
There's a flag, so we'll see what this is. So this looks to be after the interception.
Probably a hold on the return. One thing you can't do is miss high. Then you're asking for a turnover there.
Mm-hmm. Well, and at this point, it's like you have to play smarter football. You can't have these turnovers, and turnovers and penalties are what's going to really hurt you in this situation. So, but Independence lucks out because that return is taken away, and it's going to put them at the 34-yard line, about where he caught the ball. So 1st and 10 for the Lions with a minute to go in the first quarter. And Independence needs to stop here. I don't think they can afford to go down 2 scores at this point. So going to hand it off, and trying to see who's carrying the ball for them.
17. Oh, no.
No, number 1. That's a new one. Chase Huseman.
Hey, C.P.A.'s got a stable of backs rotating in.
It's like they just. I mean, got quite a few. So 2nd and about 6 for C.P.A. 35 seconds to play. And the pass is incomplete, almost picked off. I think that was Roberson coming in. And he was almost able to come up with that. So now 28 seconds to go. We're coming down to the end of the first quarter. Turnover is something that Independence really needs right now.
Absolutely.
I think they need a short field to play with. They need to get something in there. Need something positive.
Absolutely. Get a little momentum back. So we're going with the cover 3.
So 3rd and 6, and open and out of bounds. That was Rinker on the catch.
Soft coverage there. C.P.A. just went with a 10-yard hitch route, 10-yard curl, or stop. And
so Rinker's listed as a freshman.
Really?
Howard with the tackle for the Eagles.
Some nice-looking freshman. Good-looking athlete for a freshman in high school.
So 23 seconds to go, and it's another pass, and in and out of the hands of the receiver, and I think somebody stepped out of bounds. The ref threw his hat, which means somebody stepped out of bounds. It's always to me like one of the best like official things in any sport is that you use your hat has like has like a divine like you know what I'm talking about? It's like a signal.
They run out of tools in their Batman belt.
Well, yeah, but they just like if somebody gets out of bounds, you throw a hat.
Take your hat off, throw it down.
Like to me, that seems like that would be something in cricket.
Right.
Or an official throws the hat.
Oh, we got a hat throw.
All right, here we go. So it is 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line, and they're going to hand the ball off. And he's got a bit of a hole. I think he's going to have close to a first down, maybe about a half yard short. So, but that's going to be the end of the first quarter. With the end of the first quarter, it's going to be 3rd and short when we start the second quarter, and C.P.A. is driving.
Just trying to get downhill with that running game, and Independence is having to find an answer.
Well, after that first quarter, I mean, I look at these two teams very. I'm inventing new words here. Very.
It's the place to do that.
Even matchup. Yes, it's the place to come up. The place to speak wrong is always when you're recording it.
On air.
I've learned that a lot. So, but we are not getting paid for this. Nor are my students. No, we're not. Nor are my students and former students that are working the game. So. May as well, right now, as we have kind of a break in the action, to give a shout out to my crew. Down directing the game is Garrett Fee. He's a senior 4th level media student. Great kid.
Oh, Fee.
His hair's a little bit shorter now, so he's looking a little bit better. Well, on cameras up here, we have Christian Dunham and Ethan Wilson. And both Christian's a level 2 student, Ethan's a level 3, and then James Roberson, who is at Western Kentucky but came back on homecoming just to kind of help out, and he's kind of capturing the things on there. And down on graphics is Erica Oppelt, another level 3 student, and I can't tell you enough how great these students are and how the time they put in, because you have to remember that this setup, they started setting up all this equipment about 2:30 this afternoon.
Well, I'm going to brag on you a little bit.
Please do.
These guys, these kids, it's amazing to see, and I know those of you at home can't really, or maybe not see it every day, but the day-to-day operations of Coach Balzer's program and the kids and the work that they put in, it's amazing. The work that Fee does down there when it's freezing cold and he's still in gym shorts for some stupid reason. Those kids do amazing work. So it is a quality product, and that is a testament to what you do with them.
And up the middle, and that's going to be another touchdown for C.P.A. And just like that, it is 13-0.
Looked like a little wildcat.
It was Patterson on that play. And so now Independence needs to answer this.
Extra point coming up here for C.P.A. Probably coming up 14-0. That's what we're looking at, 14-0.
And the kick is up, and it is good. So 14-0. Well, the thing that the Eagles have going for them that a lot of teams don't is they can put up a lot of points quickly. So that's what this is one of those deals where they need to do it. And I also want to always give a shout out to the special teams coordinator,
Coach Justice.
He's been in Independence for how many years now? This is
his 4th year. We came in at the same time. So this is his 4th year.
It's like, so it seems like that Coach Justice has been here forever.
I know. Just the relationship he builds with those kids. It seems like he's kind of been he's like the Mr. Independence down there. But like you mentioned a second ago, I mean, this game, it's 14-0 right now, but as high-powered as these two offenses are, no lead is safe. Independence just needs to get some sort of consistency on offense.
And I'll tell you this: Coach Blade knows what his team needs to do, and he has the plays
absolutely.
for him.
He's the best in the state at it, at finding weaknesses in defenses, and I think what's hurt us the most has just been penalties and penalties and drops. In the baseball world, we call those freebies.
Is that what you put in the scorebook?
That's what we put, freebies in the score. In baseball, it's walks, it's hit by pitches, it's errors. You know, those are freebies. Those are and
Hey,
in
well,
football.
as you're doing that, can I say what they're called in tennis?
Yeah.
Unforced errors.
Right. Absolutely.
Basically, if you just cannot hurt yourself.
Beat yourself. You can't beat yourself, and we've done that a couple times with penalties and drops, and those are fixable things. This isn't a situation where they're lining up and just whipping us.
Yeah, this is like so.
Just adjustments.
One play here, one play there. This could be the opposite score, and it looks like they're going to get illegal procedure on Independence.
The freebie game, and that play was set up nicely before it was blown dead. We might still see Troy Henderson running had that play not been blown dead there. But again, just like we said, those freebies, those penalties, those little mistakes have been adding up tonight so far, and look for this coaching staff to make those adjustments.
So 1st and 15 for the Eagles, and Henderson with the ball, and he's going to pick up about 4. Henderson does a good job of, like, once he gets contact, to fall forward.
Well, he keeps those legs turning really nicely. Whenever he gets the ball, his feet are always moving. So those arm tackles aren't going to work with a guy like that. You've just got to put your nose in his chest and get him to the ground. Because he keeps that motor churning.
So here we go. So 2nd and 11. And going deep on this, and Scurry is going to not be able to come up with it.
Underthrown. Ball's a little underthrown. You know, you look for Kendrell to win those jump balls. I know that ball was a little underthrown, but I would assume there's a size advantage there. So hopefully, you know, it didn't ever look like he got his body in a position, though, where he could go up and get it. He's got to maybe take that extra step so that he can make that jump.
All right, so it brings up a long 3rd down, and it's going to be picked off. Rinker once again, and it looked like Cisco just kind of forced that one.
That ball was a very catchable ball. It looked like
that's not Rinker. That was Patterson? Oh, Henderson. Getting all these names down for C.P.A.
Yeah.
So Henderson with the interception there. So, okay, so that brings up 1st and 10. So the Independence defense is forced to come out there again and have to defend a short field for C.P.A.
C.P.A. sticking with that ground game.
Ground game, and he's going to take off, and just like that, one play later, C.P.A. Sam West, and just like that, the penalties for Independence not the penalties, but the turnovers by Independence are just adding up at this point.
And the drops.
And it's just basically snowballing right now for them.
But again, I said it before last drive. I'll say it again. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent on that sideline for Independence. I say on the sideline, on the field for Independence. Even a 21-point lead still is, especially with this much time left in the game, isn't enough.
No.
You know, a couple things go right here and there, and it's a brand new ball game. Independence has just got to, like we talked about earlier, just eliminate the little mistakes, and they're right back in this thing. C.P.A.'s offensive line doing a really nice job.
Yeah, because the runs are not like there's nothing flashy about it.
It's just right at you.
They just go right in it. So
it's just right at you. Even, you know, C.P.A.'s offensive line just winning those one-on-one battles up front.
So here comes the kickoff. So far, all touchbacks tonight, so we'll see what happens here. And this one is going to be Another touchback, so the ball's going to be taken up to the 20. So Independence is kind of getting to that must. They need to get the momentum.
We got to answer. Independence has got to answer here. Put together a nice drive. You know, even if it ends in 3 points, we just need to get on the scoreboard and just take some of that momentum back. Give ourselves time, our defense time to take a breath. Because, you know, and we've seen it at the collegiate level, especially if you follow Tennessee football, you know, when you don't have the ball for very long, that defense becomes.
Oh, nice pass over the middle.
Jackson Twaddle showing up tonight. He's ready to play. Securing the catch, getting upfield. Nice play by Jackson. Nice throw by Nate, too, over the middle.
What I like about that, he has the opportunity.
Takes advantage.
He takes it. He's capitalizing on it. Now, see, Independence has not had any trouble moving the ball somewhat tonight, but they've been struggling in, you know, just getting it into the end zone. So out to Henderson, and he's going to pick up about 6 on the play. And so with 10.5 minutes to go, it's going to be a 2nd and 4.
Jackson Twaddle shaking up on the play.
Officials timeout.
Jackson, the son of co-worker at Independence.
Nurse Twaddle.
And
Nurse Patty Twaddle.
he is definitely not the first Twaddle to come through Independence High School. We've had quite a few of them. And great family. And he is the last in the line of Twaddles at
Looks like
Independence.
good sign of him walking off kind of on his own power. He hopefully it's not too serious. He can, if it's an ankle or kind of tape it up and get back out there.
We know he's in great hands down there with Brandy Mangrum.
The best in the biz.
The
Miss
best.
Mangrum. The best.
That's actually, I mean, I think she wins awards every year. So Cisco is the hole, and he's going to take it off for a little ways. He's going to be brought down to the 30. That was a great realization because the pocket collapsed quick on that play, and Cisco saw the hole and went up to it, and that was a great block downfield. I think Scurry, was that Scurry with the block?
Scurry and Isaiah Collier, I was just about to comment, they did a really good job of feeling the play out, seeing that Nate was scrambling and getting a body on a body right there.
And that's the biggest thing, and that always is going to take something from 5 yards to 20 yards. And so Henderson finds the crease, and he is going to be brought down at the 15. It's a great play by Henderson there.
Well, this is finish territory. Independence has got to have that finish mentality. This is a nice drive. We can't have any of those free penalties right here. We've just got to finish the drive. Right now we've got C.P.A. on their heels a little bit.
So here we go. So
right.
1st and 10, and the ball, and Sheffield is going to get that at the 4-yard line.
That was a nice catch. That was a really nice catch. TJ was not open, and he goes up and just takes it.
TJ Sheffield, he is a talent.
He just does things that make you scratch your head, and you're just sitting there going, how? But really athletic play there. Like I said, he was not open at all. But Nate throws it to where only he can kind of go get it, and he does just that. Got Blake Bixby in here. Look for him to lead block, maybe on a power of some sort.
And that should be encroachment, I'm guessing. But so far they have not.
We have been pretty bad at predicting the penalties tonight.
Yeah, I'm going with encroachment. I'm going with encroachment.
I'm going with offsides.
All right, tomato. And dead ball. All right, I was right.
Was it encroachment or was it offsides?
It was actually encroachment because it was a dead ball.
Okay.
That's the difference, isn't it?
Yeah, you're good. That's good. You're good. I was just messing with you.
I know my stuff.
You do. You're good, man.
So that brings up 1st and goal from I'd say the 3.5. All right. So that's going to be Henderson in the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. And that is exactly what the Eagles needed on that play.
Yeah, Blake Bigsby goes in and lead blocks, and he put the big thumper in, kind of like a fullback type player there. And you know, our offense, we just don't use a fullback.
Yeah.
But that's kind of if we were to use one, Blake rotating in there, being that second back in the backfield, he does a nice job of that.
Here's the point after, and it is good.
You know, we usually don't talk about extra points very much, but I want to point out that Thomas Murray did a nice job of handling that snap. It looked like he kind of bobbled it, but got it down in time. So I know we don't comment on holders are like the most unrecognized position in sports.
Well, the reason why is that the only time that you pay attention to them is when they make a mistake.
Except for right now when I point out that he did something good. I'm revolutionizing the way that we analyze extra points.
We can break it down.
We could, you know.
Breaking down the extra points. I like that. Well, see, we don't have commercial breaks here, so because of being a local media department, we don't break for commercials, but we need a little break in the action, so we'll go to the extra point talk with Trae Weiss.
Well, see, here's why too. Is fun fact: when I was in high school, I actually held for field goals and extra points as well. So I was playing quarterback, and when we scored, but while everyone else was celebrating, I was getting ready.
Were you starting quarterback?
I was.
So the starting quarterback, also the holder.
So while everyone was celebrating the score, I was getting ready to hold. So I can appreciate how underappreciated that job really is.
And here's the kickoff, and it's going to be returned. And there looks like there's a hole there. And he's gone. So just like that.
Man. That momentum that we tried to get.
Just kind of like you could kind of hear the crowd exhale there, just like, ugh.
Yeah.
So, but this is Independence scores in chunks, and they give up scores in chunks.
Okay.
So that's what we're seeing here.
Well, this is where you got your senior leadership has to say, all right, this is it. We need to figure this out. We need to get things tightened up. Coaches can only do so much. At this point, the senior leadership's got to take over and say, hey, we need to clean these things up. And look for Independence, just like they answered the last drive, let's let that offense answer again. Not a lot of time has run off the clock since these past few scores.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick turnaround. So the lead is 21 at 28-7. It is a 21-point lead for C.P.A.
Look there, we just didn't stay in our lanes. Long enough. We kind of that whole right side or far side didn't seem like we had anybody over there.
And the blocking the C.P.A. did there was textbook.
Absolutely.
So, and it's we are a very favoritive Independence broadcast, but C.P.A. did a great job blocking there. So puts their lead back up to 21, and their touchdowns have been long touchdowns tonight.
Yes, they've been, and it doesn't seem like it, but they've been very explosive. But the reason it doesn't seem like it is because it's been simple stuff. It's been them just coming right downhill at us.
And that ball is going to be returned. He's going to get just past. I didn't see the number on that one. He's going to get past the 20-yard line to the 22. So Collier on the return. So Independence had about 77 yards to get in the end zone. And we've got 8.5 minutes to go in the first half. And we'll see what they can kind of draw up here. You hope that they can score quickly, because right now
I'd like to see Independence come out with some sort of, it looks like they're going to get a little soft coverage here, some sort of just quick hit to Kendrell or TJ and let them just kind of work. And instead, it's a quick hit to Harold Rana.
This goes past to Harold Arana, complete.
kind of found a soft spot in the middle of that field, and the sure-handed Harold Arana makes a catch and gets what he can.
Yeah, and something like that is kind of like a run. You get that quick 4-yard.
It's a quick soft spot in the defense. You're not looking for, if he can catch it 4 and take it 40, that's great, but you're looking for just a quick chunk of change there.
So Scurry, nice little slant there.
Something we've gone to a lot tonight is that quick slant. Just get the ball, one step to get the ball out of your hand.
With the athleticism of our speed guys, that's a tough play for any high school defense to cover.
Absolutely, those linebackers have to drop in coverage, get their head around really quick.
So now to Sheffield, he's going to hold on to that and get the ball past the 50. That was a great catch. I mean, he was hit immediately, but so he's going to pick up about 10 on that. It's going to be a first down.
He's hit immediately. In fact, he might have gotten hit a little early there. I'm not saying it should have been a pass interference, but
no, you are, but that's okay.
It looked like he got hit, just that maybe a hair before that ball got there. That's tough. That's a tough call. I'm not begging.
Well,
when
he catches it, you can't. I mean, it's like, and that's going to be. I think that one's encroachment.
That's encroachment. Trying to check and see how our boy Jackson Twaddle is doing on that sideline. He's having a really nice game up until that point.
Yeah, and you want to see
him. For that kid.
He's up walking around. He's close to Brandy, but
he's got the best in the biz taking care of him though. Brandy Mangrum.
Reigning teacher of the year at Independence High School.
Brandy's person of the year for everyone.
1st and 5, and Henderson's got a little bit of room there. He's going to get a first down, and all Independence. It's probably good for Independence to kind of give up, to kind of methodically go down the field a little bit. Give the defense a chance to rest.
Well, they've been resting for a while.
I guess after the kickoff.
That long drive and then the kickoff.
We'll give the kickoff team
a chance to rest. But up until that point, they have been on the field
a lot. They've been on the field a lot.
So you're right. It's probably a really good thing. You got to cover 3 from the C.P.A.
Screen pass, and there is a flag on the play. Something tells me that's a hold. And 2 flags. So we have 2 flags on the play. And we'll see what we have.
Hold, maybe an illegal man downfield. Waiting on the call.
Looks like they're both on Independence. That one's declined, and that one's accepted.
Holding.
2 holds on it.
Holding penalties on the Eagles.
We just grabbed everybody.
Well, sometimes the hole's open for a reason.
Yep. It's a long, not many plays in the playbook for a 1st and 25.
So here we go.
Look for something quick here to Troy Henderson.
Snap is a little high. Oh, and it's picked off. And Cisco misses him, but he's brought down to the 15.
Pass picked off by number 4, Caden Patterson.
Not really sure where Nate was trying to go there.
Lions will take over deep in Eagle territory again.
3rd turnover of the game for Independence, I believe.
Yep. Is it 3rd interception?
So a very short field for C.P.A. here. The defense needs something here. They're going to have to. The defense needs to create here because I don't think that it's getting to the point now where you can't afford to go down that much more. So they're going to screen out, and Independence is going to do a good job keeping that to a minimal gain. So bring up 2nd and about 6, I'm going to say.
Independence is in a tough spot here. They've got to find a way to limit this C.P.A. to 3, this C.P.A. offense to 3 points. Because now those points, you know, we've talked about before how these teams are high-scoring offenses, but what's the point of no return here? We gotta make a stop, lock it down.
So back to pass, and he's got a lot of room over there, but picked up quick, and and touchdown.
A nice catch, nice throw. I was 100% sure that quarterback was going to take off and run for a first down, and then he finds the youngster for a touchdown in the back of the far side of the end zone.
So that's going to bring it up to 34-7, and right now, Independence just can't buy a break. And the extra point is up and good. So 35 for C.P.A. and 7 for Independence. To me, this game is like 2 or 3 plays away from being a tight game.
It really is. And again, you eliminate some of the little mistakes, and we might see a different game. We just got to take care of the football. You know, throwing high over the middle. You know, those costly penalties just can't, you know, those things add up. Those things impact the game quickly. And I think we've done a nice job of getting the ball to our playmakers. We just, little things here and there are just shooting us in the foot.
Finishing is the name of the game. And when you can't finish, it's going to be a long night for you. So here we go. There's a kickoff with 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in the second quarter. And C.P.A. with a 28-point lead. And this one looks like it's going to be a touchback. So Independence is going to have 80 yards to go. And Independence has to have a touchdown here. They need to go back in no more than 21 down. It'd be ideal if they could somehow get this down to 14 before halftime.
Absolutely. So we got to score quick, and we got to make a quick stop. Everything from here on out has to be done with a little sense of urgency, so we can leave ourselves plenty of time to catch back up.
So fumbled snap, and Cisco just falls on it.
Those things and those little things right there, it's just getting a snap.
So that's going to be a 2nd and 20, it looks like.
Again, just putting ourselves in bad spots on 2nd down. 2nd and 20 is not very manageable.
So nice pass, but a 3rd and 2 is.
3rd and 2 is, and that was a great job of Isaiah to find a soft spot and Nate to make a throw there. That was a good vision downfield by Nathan Cisco, and a way to seal the catch by Isaiah Collier. A sense of urgency here. I look for something quick here. Go back to that slant, especially with soft coverage. There it is. Troy Henderson in the flat.
And he's going to get the first. So good job by Cisco there, making up for that fumble snap. And so now we're looking at a fresh set of downs with 5 minutes to go.
And that's huge. I mean, first down, you get that botch snap, and we're sitting here going, how does that happen? But
Henderson with the ball. He's got some room, and Henderson picks up almost about 20 on the play, and that's something they need. So the running game is starting to get going a little bit for the Eagles.
Yeah. You throw, and then that kind of opens up that defense and gives Troy some lanes to run through.
So just past midfield for the Eagles. And Henderson with the ball again, and he's breaking through and picking up and just keeps on going. And he's going to get down, picks up about 18 yards on the play. He's going to come down to about the 28-yard line, or 32-yard line, excuse me, and he is going to be get another independence.
You see that explosiveness out of Trae there. He hit that hole in a hurry.
It's a great play.
Then you see how he keeps those feet turning. He took several C.P.A. defenders to bring him to the ground.
So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And fakes it to Henderson. Oh, nice move.
Nice move by Isaiah Collier there. A little jitterbug action.
I love that. Like the quickness, like and like there's fast and then there's quick, and Collier definitely is quick because he catches the ball and then immediately makes a move.
Quick as a cat, man. He's got that little wiggle about him, and it's just a little head fake. It's nothing crazy. It's just a little head fake, a little shift of the hips, and you get guys on skates out there.
Incomplete on the right side.
So it brings up a
may
third
not have
and
been,
short.
we talked about how we got to eliminate drops. That might not have been a terrible drop in that situation. It looked like we were about to lose yards had he sealed that catch. So, you don't want to say, well, I'm glad he dropped it, but fortunately for Independence, we did not lose yards on that play.
This is true. Hey, take all the good things you can when you have them, right?
Right.
All right, so here we go. It's a 3rd and 4. And they're going to go ahead and give it to Henderson. He's going to be hit at the line. He's going to keep on moving, but he's not going to be making it. He's going to pick up maybe 2 on the play. So they go for it here. And I'll be curious to see what Coach Blade draws up on the 4th and 2.
Might look for Bigsby to stay in the game here and be that lead blocker, and we're going to go under center here, something we don't see much out of Independence.
And Henderson is,
he got it.
Yeah, he's going to get that. That was just a good play. A good hard-nosed football. And really,
those are the plays I love because he's just line up, see who's tougher. See who's tougher in that moment.
And showing the want. They want this.
The clock should be starting up. It's starting.
So we're at the
under 3 minutes.
20-yard line here.
Yep.
And heading to the end zone for Sheffield, and it's going to be picked off.
Ball's underthrown.
Well covered.
When you throw that fade, you gotta miss high and away where only one guy can get it, and that's your guy. And unfortunately, that ball was underthrown, and that C.P.A. defender, that's not a hard play. TJ's trying to climb his back and be the defender there, and unfortunately, it did not work out for him in his favor.
So here it is. It's the Lions' ball at the 20-yard line with 2 minutes and 40 seconds roughly to go in the first half, and just the things are not falling the Eagles' way tonight.
Kobe Creed in at safety for Independence. The owner of Javon Roberson is hurt, injured.
So I think they're going to be content in running the ball here.
They're probably going to take it to the half. Try to take this lead into the half, and I wouldn't blame them. C.P.A. But as we've seen from C.P.A., they're liable to take a play intended for 2 yards and take it to the house.
So they're passing on this and opening the flat. Oh, ball comes out, but goes out of bounds. So it's going to move the chains with 2 minutes to go.
They may try to. Now that they've got a little more room, they may try to go get another one before the half.
2 minutes to go in the half.
So they're going to hand it off, and he's hit at the line, but able to kind of keep on moving.
Ball carried by number 10.
Look for C.P.A. to hurry up here and get another play off, try to get that first down and get those chains moving.
Tackle for the Eagles. Brings up second down.
I believe C.P.A. still has 2 timeouts in their pocket. Plenty of time for them to go down and score again. Looks like false start.
All right, so that's a little bit. That's brings up a 2nd and long, about a 2nd and 8, and so now
Offsides in the offense.
I have a feeling that we're going to see some runs here from C.P.A.
They get another big run though. They're right back at it.
Oh yeah, I think.
I noticed Independence going with the 8-man front look, trying to stop that run.
Short little pass, picks up about 4 on the play. It's going to bring him a 3rd and 5. So I think I bet you that they're not going to be in a hurry to start this. But maybe they are. I think they may just be kind of going for it here.
I think you're looking at 2 things here. I think you're looking at if you get the first down, then you got 2 timeouts in your pocket. You look to score at that point, but then if you don't get it, then you sit on it, and it looks like they're gonna let it run out now.
I think they're going to take a timeout when the clock gets down to 1.
Yeah.
Tony Romo'd that one, by the way.
You did. Good job.
Timeout Lions.
That dude, hey, I tell you, he's done a good job. Have you heard him call some
Yeah.
games? He's done a good job.
Yeah.
I've been impressed with how he's done as a commentator.
Well, actually, he's a good color commentator. I heard that what he did was he went to the Independence High School YouTube page.
And learned from
And
us.
he listened to you. and basically was working. He was kind of working that sort of route there. Like how do I sound just the best?
Well, I obviously know more or as much, if not more, football than Tony Romo.
I mean, come on.
So I'm sure he's just like he probably watched a lot of film as a quarterback for the Cowboys. He probably watches film on me and how I evaluate and analyze and dissect football games, and he takes that back with him in the booth.
I mean, every time I'm up here, I learn so much.
So I take full credit for Tony Romo's success as a commentator.
I mean, I would
what
for
you're
sure.
saying.
I would for sure. So there's the timeout. We got 28.9 seconds to go, and C.P.A.
Look for just a simple dive right here.
And I think they're going to be pushed back 5 yards.
False start. That's frustrating as a head coach to have a timeout and then and you come out and everything you just talked about kind of goes out the door. They probably didn't talk about much with 28 seconds left in the half, and they're just trying to kill the clock. But still got to be frustrating. Still got to be frustrating.
There's learning moments there. It's all right. Oh, they're going to pass it, and that's going to be
Caught.
complete. So they pick up a first down on a 3rd and long.
Now they go hurry up. Now they're going to try to
see if they. I think they're just content on just like running the plays here and seeing what happens. So the clock is moving down to 20 seconds. And he's going to be tackled. I'm not sure if he was tackled inbounds or out of bounds, though, because they stopped the clock on first down. So 13 seconds to go.
They're going to try to get in the field goal range, maybe take a shot.
They want to keep.
13 seconds to go.
They want to keep that timeout so they can throw the ball in the middle of the field.
Clock should be moving.
I think he was tackled out of bounds is what they said.
Okay.
It looked like a hold on the outside there, and just overthrew.
Pass incomplete.
May see a little
6 seconds.
Florida-Tennessee action. Just try to go deep and see what happens.
Hey, man, don't. I mean, you can't bring up that stuff right now.
Still, hey, I saw it happen right in front of me. I was there.
you can't.
So it hurts.
That was. I have a lot of Florida fans and a lot of Tennessee fans in a class of mine, my second period class, and I tell you what.
A lot of trash talk that week.
Oh my goodness.
And after that game, here's the timeout. They're gonna.
I was like, man, you gotta stop talking football right now, guys. You can't. It started getting heated.
And as much as you want to participate in that football talk,
I can't. I don't watch that much college, man.
Really?
No.
That's my favorite.
See, especially not this year, because team's doing pretty good. Pro team.
The Chiefs.
Yep.
Your Chiefs. You Kansas City guys. Y'all had a lot to root for the past few years.
Kind of amazing.
Alex Smith is the man right now.
That's what happens when you put his the person that's going to replace him.
Mahomes. When they draft Mahomes, it's like, okay, I got to play now.
Oddly enough,
I got to go from game manager to the guy.
So they drafted Mahomes before Deshaun Watson. They had a choice between Mahomes and Watson,
Yep.
and Watson's been tearing it up
Turns
for the
out
Texans.
maybe they made
Don't
I
know.
say that. You got Mahomes is a guy that can learn from Smith.
I think they're going to win that choice. So here we go. Last play of the half. And he's going to throw the ball, and he's going to get it. Oh, man. That was a great catch there, but almost turned into some bad news.
I think my stomach just dropped for half a second.
So that's going to bring it into the first half, and definitely not the way the Eagles would like to have it, but it's the score of C.P.A. 35 and your Independence Eagles 7. We'll be back for the second half.
Hi, and welcome to our Cat of the Week segment here at Williamson County Animal Center. I want you to meet Darius today. He is a 1.5-year-old tuxedo cat. He's very playful and loves to jump. Loves for somebody to play with him with a cat toy and thinks it's a bird and jumps up there. He's quite the acrobat too. We have about 20 cats in our free roaming cat room here. They're all adults. We'd love for you to come by and meet Darius or one of the other cats here at the shelter. We have every shape and size, including a lot of kittens still. We still are overwhelmed with the number of kittens we've had this summer. And our fees are all waived. There's no fee for adopting a cat or a kitten. So come on by the shelter and meet Darius or any of the other cats. We're right behind Franklin High School. Hey, this is Timmy. He is a special case for us. He is a very, very high energy dog. And we tell you these things in order for you to make the best decision for a new pet. Timmy is a mixed breed. He's been at the shelter about 3 weeks and he's available for adoption. He has scaled or jumped out of a 6-foot fence area we have here at the shelter. So he needs a backyard with a very high fence. He needs to be exercised regularly. So if that fits your lifestyle, come by the Williamson County Animal Center and meet Timmy.
So thank you, guys. We had a little technical difficulties at halftime there. And so now we're back up and running again.
I think I held the fort down.
Well, you did, but some of it wasn't on air.
Well, dadgummit. All that for nothing.
But we're back now. There's an injury on the field, and hopefully it's something. Hopefully it's just cramps or something like that. So, but thank you for sticking with us. We had a bad SDI cable.
I don't even know what that is, but it doesn't sound good.
Well, it is. It's not, because it made it to where we weren't running. So, but now it looks like Independence is driving.
Yeah, they had a couple quick hits to with Troy Henderson up the middle, and I think of him as kind of a slash runner, just making one cut here, one cut there, and then keeping those feet moving. And then nice couple throws by Nathan Cisco to get the ball to Isaiah Collier in space, and Kendrell Scurry making a catch, getting upfield for a nice gain as well. So Independence deep into C.P.A. territory here.
Trying to get something going early here.
Absolutely.
So Cisco going to pass over to Sheffield with the catch. Nice catch, kind of dipping down low on that. It's going to be a first down.
I don't know if that – it didn't –
It looked – hey, you know what?
From here, I don't know. It's hard to
Let's
tell.
go
We're so far
to the
away.
replay. Our replay booth man, Jared Grindstaff, is not here tonight. So he took –
stepping in place for him is Clint Giserny.
Well, our stat guy, Clint Giserny, is not with us tonight, unfortunately. So we're kind of
So we're
going.
going to say catch. Good catch.
I say catch on that. And Cisco's rolls out. He's going to throw the ball to Henderson, and Henderson's going to pick up about 5-6 yards on the play. So Independence is moving the ball. I have a feeling Coach Blake got
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for that conversation.
Yeah?
I would have loved to hear that conversation. I imagine his words were kind may not be the word.
I bet you that he was inspiring, though.
Inspiring. That's a good one.
Coach Blade. Love Coach Blade.
Outstanding football coach.
And the ball's tipped and incomplete. So Independence.
Looked like they were trying to run a middle screen that just never quite got developed. Fortunately, anytime that ball gets tipped up in the air, you kind of hold your breath. Fortunately for us, that ball fell to the turf.
So 9 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. And Cisco back to pass is going to find just overthrown.
Pass goes high, incomplete.
And so, we had technical difficulties, but I got to give a hand to my students who basically were really calm in the face of these things, because a lot of times in these situations, the students, teenagers and adults something goes wrong, they're going to kind of freak out a little bit. But Garrett Fee really kind of held it together down there and made things work.
Garrett Fee, cool as the other side of the pillow.
I don't know about that. But okay, so Henderson with the catch. Nice little spin move, and he's going to pick it up on fourth.
That's a great play to just get the first down. Getting the first down. Troy, nice job securing the catch there and getting the yards needed to move those chains. Get in that end zone.
So first and goal from the 10. I always hated getting first and goal from the 10. It's like, can't you get first and goal from the 5? But Henderson is going to head into the end zone for a touchdown, Eagles!
Henderson got the ball on that right side, just kind of outran the C.P.A. defense to the pylon. Nice play there by Troy Henderson.
Henderson is quietly having a great game.
I would love to see the stat line for him. I think he's on up there.
Nope. Clint Giserny is not here tonight.
He's been the workhorse tonight for sure.
And the extra point is
no good.
No good.
Touchdown for the Eagles. Give it up for your hard work and push up.
Independence got to look to that defense, try to get a quick stop. I mean, obviously your goal is to get a quick stop as defense, but they really desperately need one to get back in this football game. I mentioned it earlier, talked about it when you were handling the situation.
Yeah, but anything you mentioned then
probably didn't get recorded. So I'm gonna say it again. You know, it's important for Independence to score and get stops quickly. That sense of urgency we talked about in the first half, because we got to allow ourselves plenty of time to get back in this football game. 21 points. You know, usually for this offense is not a panic button moment, but the way this C.P.A. team has played tonight, it's not a panic button moment yet, but it could become one really quickly if we don't get a quick stop here.
So here we go. Brings it down to a 22-point deficit. Not unheard of. I've seen crazier things happen.
Stranger things have happened.
And that is going to be touchback. So now Independence needs a turnover. They need something quick. They need to make something happen.
Look, I'm interested to see what kind of adjustments Coach White, defensive coordinator for Independence, made at halftime. I noticed at the end of the first half they kind of went to an 8-man front to try to take away that quick hitting run game that C.P.A.'s established.
Going to hand it off and pick up about 6 on the play. C.P.A.'s run game's really impressed me tonight because it's multiple players, and there's a player down for Independence right now.
And it's been nothing fancy. It's just been right at you.
Yeah.
But that, you know, a lot of that goes to that C.P.A. offensive line. It looks like they've really established themselves in the interior of the offense.
Pretty beefy line, I have to say.
Some hog mollies.
All right, so wide open on the side there, and he's going to step out of bounds. So Henderson for C.P.A. It's the Henderson game, I guess. Henderson for C.P.A. has had some Madden-esque numbers tonight.
He's just made a lot of plays when C.P.A.'s needed them. He seems to be pretty sure-handed too. Good-looking kid. If he's a freshman.
No, he's not a freshman.
Okay. Then I was about to say, if he was a freshman, that kid is going to be special.
And is that Howard over there with getting him stopped quick? I think so.
That was Brooks Howard.
So Brooks with a good little stop there, making sure that he didn't get too much on that, pushing him out of bounds. So
hadn't seen Jake Huner tonight. I wonder if he's injured. Oh no, he's out there. My bad. He and Brooksy kind of look alike. I get them mixed up.
So all right, they're going to hand the ball off, and nothing happening there. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long. So this is a play where Independence is going to need to, if they want a chance to come back here, they need to stop here. And so we got a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, and if they get a stop here, it could be a ball game.
Soft coverage. It's like man-to-man that backside.
So it's going to be a screen, and almost was able to get him, but he's going to pick up a first down.
That's a really good play call there. We were all in on some sort of 10-yard look, and they just run that soft screen and pick it up.
So 1st and 10 for the Lions, and we'll see what they do.
Right now they're just trying to chew at that clock.
Mm-hmm. as we come down to about 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. And Independence needs to get a turnover. They need something positive to happen for them on defense. And there's a pass, missed tackle, and almost had it to where it was a very, very minimal gain, but he was able to pick up about 7 yards in the play. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 3. And these 2nd and 3s is what they've been kind of doing. They've been getting a lot of chunk yardage in those short slant passes and the stuff in the flat all game, and then those runs. And when you're facing a 2nd and 3 every single time as a defense, it opens up the entire playbook for an offense like C.P.A.
Absolutely. When you're efficient on first down, that is a huge advantage, because then, like you said, it opens up your playbook to do a lot of different things on second down.
So pass wide open down the middle, and Roberson slips, and that's going to bring up a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. And just like that, found a hole in that zone.
And they just run the little hot route with the tight end. He kind of just went on the seam and nice pitch and catch. I mean, that's an easy throw.
Hamilton on the stop.
Oh, and touchdown. There was confusion for Independence on the defense. I don't even think the referee saw that.
No one saw it, and it didn't matter.
So just like that, C.P.A. strikes back.
C.P.A.'s done it all night. They just established that run, hit the quick passes when they needed to, hit the long passes when they needed to, had the big plays at the right times, which I don't think there's a wrong time to have a big play, but Independence defense hasn't found an answer yet.
So extra point is good. That's going to bring the score to 42 for C.P.A. Lions and 13 for your Independence Eagles.
Key to it is just offensive line play for C.P.A. has been outstanding.
I would say the two things if the quarterbacks had all the time in the world in the blocking, and then also turnovers from the Eagles. Anytime that you turn the ball over 4 times in a game, you're not going to come out on the right end of that contest. So
we talked about it before the game. This is a different Eagles team than we're used to seeing for the past couple years. Years past, we could probably get away with making a mistake or two. This year, we've got to be more efficient. And at times we've been really efficient. At times we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot. Like tonight, when we've taken care of the football, we have done a nice job of putting points on the board. But when we haven't, obviously it's not gone our way. So.
But here's where you got to be gritty, and you got to play. So here's the kickoff, and it's going to be returned. And he's going to be brought down about the 23. So is that Collier again?
That is Collier. Collier called his name a lot tonight.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. Penalties. You got to. So we'll see where this goes. But a lot of laundry on the field tonight. So it's going to take a step back, and then we're going to be starting this from a ways away.
Nathan Sisko had a couple nice throws last drive. We'll see if he can get something going again for the Eagles.
So here we go, down by 29 points. And he goes deep, and that ball is going to be almost intercepted, but Sheffield was able to knock it away at the last minute.
Kind of just a jump ball to TJ there. The second down, we need to get a good chunk of change here. Put ourselves in the third and manageable.
Henderson with the ball. And he is barely gets tripped up. If he wouldn't have got tripped up, there's a lot of green. A lot of green in front of him there. So
keep feeding that kid. He is feeling it tonight.
As we see our new homecoming queen, we could talk about Haley Tobin real quick.
Haley Tobin, outstanding kid.
Tennis player. I've gotten to
One
know.
of yours.
I've gotten to know Haley the last 4 years. She's amazing. So proud of her for winning homecoming queen. And not a nicer student at Independence High School.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've gotten to know Haley. She's dated one of my baseball players for a while, and she's been in a lot of baseball games. Great kid, great family. I've got her little brother in class this year. He's a great kid. Couldn't be happier for her.
And passing it along was a media student of mine, Carson Walling, who's up at Western Kentucky now.
What is the common denominator between homecoming queens?
It's me. It's
Coach Balzer.
It's basically for some reason
producing queens. Just the media.
You know, we'll see kind of. Well, you know, it's I've been blessed to be able to teach some of the best young adults out there.
Student body here at Independence is pretty special. Some of the things these kids can do is remarkable. And our administration, top notch. They do a great job of running the school and providing opportunities for these kids to be successful. So.
Pass intended for Scurry falls incomplete.
Definitely a great place to work, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is my 11th year at Independence, and just gets better and better every single year, I have to say. And this is your 4th year at Independence.
Yep.
Is this your 3rd year up in the booth with me?
3rd year up in the booth with you.
Man, I tell you what, your accent is getting less and less.
That's because I'm hanging out with you too much.
Maybe.
My first year, I was like this.
It was kind of amazing. You can check out more stuff on our YouTube page. So here's the punt. And fair caught at the 32. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of slowed it down a little bit. You had that higher twang, you know. Now it's like slowed down a little bit. You're doing
my Dixon County roots came out.
Which, speaking of Dixon County, next week these Independence Eagles travel to Dixon County.
Nice transition.
That's what I do here.
There you go.
I am.
It'll be a cool feeling to go back home and see the school that I work at, play with my hometown school, the school that I played for. It'll be cool to see. That's a lot of those that coaching staff still coaching there, and so it'll be fun to go back and catch that game for sure.
And that game is taking place during fall break, and it will be on Thursday evening. So it will not be Friday Night Lights next week. It'll be Thursday night. And Independence picks up. Did they pick up the fumble there?
They calling him down.
They're calling him down.
I believe that was the right call. I think his knee got down before that ball came out. I think the ground forced that one.
Independence just needing some good luck.
Second down.
So 2nd and 10. Coming down to 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. The screen was covered and forced out of bounds for a minimal game.
Kind of a broken play there by C.P.A. I don't know what. I think quarterback thought it was a quick screen, I think, or a quick hitch, something of that nature, and then obviously the receivers thought otherwise. So nice job of C.P.A. quarterback, kind of get what he could out of that. He didn't lose yards. He actually, I think, maybe gained 1.
Yes. That is my best announcing. Yes.
Attaboy.
So shotgun formation. They're flagging the play. I think this is going to be offsides.
Now it's brought down in the backfield. Flag on the play.
So
See what this flag is.
if this is against the Eagles, the moment that something goes your way.
I think it's going to be on C.P.A. here.
Well, look at this.
Yep. I think it was a false start or
Illegal shift or something?
no flag on the play. He waved
Oh,
it.
waved off the flag. Okay.
So he couldn't have been, it would have blown the play dead if it was a false start.
No flag on the play. No flag. Brings up fourth down for the Lions. They'll kick it away.
C.P.A. just trying to chew on this clock.
Uh-huh. So Sheffield gets the ball. And nice block there, avoiding the
Sheffield out of bounds near midfield. Here come the Eagles.
Got to change the quarterback here. Got Kobe Creed in.
All right, so he's going to keep the ball and dive forward, may pick up a yard.
Kobe's been used a lot this year as kind of that running threat quarterback. You see it there. Kind of tries to run the quarterback keep. Gain of 1.
And he's going to get called for intentional grounding on the play there. I don't think anybody was in there, but
he was in the vicinity. Kobe's got to know there in that situation, he's just got to eat that ball.
Intentional grounding.
so that's a spot fall and loss of down. So basically it's just like a sack.
Yeah.
Except the
Goes
clock,
really long.
on that
Snack,
type of sack, the clock does stop.
I said snack. I didn't mean to say snack. I meant to say sack.
But we were talking about when there's a sack and the clock stops.
I know. I said snack. I didn't mean to say snack.
Man.
Maybe I'm getting hungry.
Did you not have a big dinner tonight?
I did
As we
not.
digress into our broadcast here.
I did not.
So a little audio glitch there, thanks to Coach Weiss.
Isaiah Collier with a nice play there. Get a big chunk of that back.
The glitches tonight, I have to say, it's our first time doing a game this season. We've had a lot of games covered by different places, and even tonight, this being game of the week, shows how many people want to watch Independence High School football. So some of the glitches, it happens, especially on the first go around of the season. So, and he's going to be brought down for a sack.
Cisco got swallowed up there. He not much.
Not much you can do there. So change of possession brings up 1st and 10 for C.P.A.
Lions probably look for them to just get the ball on the ground and get north and south like they've done all night.
I think they're going to run the ball more here. One of the things, they may try to get points on the board so they can get a running clock, get that 35-point barrier. But I don't foresee them risking too much stuff here. I think they're going to just try to let the clock run a little bit.
Yep.
Chase Roberson on the stop for the Eagles.
this Indy defense getting worn down. They look.
It looks like they've been
gassed.
on. It looks like they've been on the field as much as they had. They're giving everything, but C.P.A. just has a little bit more tonight. Nice little pass. Once again, Henderson open, first down.
He called his name a lot tonight.
It is crazy. He's had some crazy numbers tonight.
I tell you what, too, CPA's quarterback has done a nice job of delivering the football accurately and making plays when he's needed to. He's made several nice throws tonight.
So taking it all the way down, calling the timeout with 1:50 to go. These are one of the, this is a tough game, and this is, it's one of those games on this season that keeps on, it's just different. It's different for the team. It's different for the fans, different for the students, and it's kind of learning. You got to learn how to kind of deal with deficits and stuff like that. And I think that's something that this team has had a lot of trouble doing this year, as they've kind of. As the season's kind of moved on, but you have to learn from these games. And they're not, and it's not like their season's over, because this is not a district game.
Right.
And it stings because you're getting blown out at home. But, as the year moves on, you have to learn from it.
And we're not used to it either. I mean, you remember the past couple of years, we're used to being on the other end of this. So it's something that, there's still a lot of season left.
It's a different thing. And plus, that's the nature of high school athletics. You only have so much time with certain students, and, there's certain waves that come in. And Independence, I believe, is a great football team, just very young.
Absolutely. And like you said, non-district
And
game.
C.P.A., he's going to be out about the 1 yard line. And once again, Henderson.
A little flag route there. And Henderson makes a nice catch to get a foot in bounds.
So C.P.A. is trying to get that running clock going.
Yep.
And they're about 2 yards away from doing it.
But back to what you said is, it's not a district game. Best thing we could do is take this, learn from it, and make those adjustments and come out swinging against those other Williamson County opponents.
And the Dixon County opponent.
And the one Dixon County opponent that is in the Williamson County region.
But that's the key, because it's easy to look at these. It's easy to look at high school athletics and think all about wins and losses. But the most important thing, and this is something that I always try to instill in my students and my players, is that you are learning. You play athletics to learn, and you have to learn how to deal with adversity. And this is one of those seasons where Independence is having to deal with a little bit more adversity than they're used to, and you have to learn how to deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of lessons to be learned tonight. I mean, you learn more in the losses than you do in the wins. And the most important thing is how do you respond? Things you can control. How you can control the adjustments you make and the effort you put forth into making those adjustments. Those are things you can control.
And some nights it's not your night.
Nope.
So here's 1st and goal, and the quarterback is going to keep it, and he's going to go in for a touchdown. And so that's going to bring the score right now to 48-13. And extra point pending. So we're now in that running clock threshold. And the extra point is good. So it's C.P.A. 49, Independence 13. And we have 1:39, and when the clock starts up again, we will have a running clock.
You know, if I'm Coach Blade, you know, you think you just kind of got to take your shots here. I think you got to try to get the ball downfield quickly. You know, try to get to those guys in space, and you know, you're in tough spot. We're not used to this being in this spot, but trying to get as much chunk plays as you can.
Trying
to get as many chunk plays as you can. Independence basketball is getting kind of geared up.
Yeah,
the season's
it's about
around the
time.
corner.
About time for winter sports. Independence basketball, Independence wrestling. Got two new basketball coaches this year at Independence High School.
Both new ones. Coach Whitney Baird came out of outside of Metro school system, and then Coach Jared Jones. He's coming up to us from Fairview High School.
Who is a second run at Independence High School.
Yeah.
Was previously assistant coach on the girls team.
We got the youngster in at quarterback, the freshman.
It's going to be a little
Not
motion.
Not putting the freshman in a good spot early, false start.
But hey, see what he can do. You know, this is the time to get some experience. Now, I have not seen him.
He's not on the roster. His name's Jackson. He's a freshman. Done a really nice job on the freshman football team. Getting some action here on varsity. We'll see what he does with the moment.
That's a big thing. It's a great experience for a very young player. So pass complete, doing a little short pass. Throw it to your receiver, Scurry. I guarantee you right now, he is amped up. He's out there with the big boys.
You saw him throw a little high. Probably the adrenaline's going. He's kid in the candy store right now, getting some time with the big boys.
All right, we're winding down to the end of the third quarter, and we'll see if they get a snap off here. And they will not get the snap off. So that's the end of the third quarter. C.P.A. at 49, Independence at 13. And Coach, I enjoy putting the freshmen in there. This is gonna make it interesting for a lot of people because you're seeing the future of the team.
Yeah, and I've heard nothing but good things about this kid. I've heard he's got a lot of arm talent, good athlete, basketball player.
That's a good segue with basketball starting up.
Yeah, and thank you. So I'm glad he gets some action tonight. Just gets him a taste of what it's like, what he gets to look forward to as he gets older, and he's going to be competing next year for a job. Just like we got another year with Cisco, he's going to be competing with him and Kobe Creed as well. So we get all three of those quarterbacks back, and they're going to be competing for that job. So it's good to be able to get that youngster some experience moving into his sophomore season. And you hear it from every sport. Competition only brings it brings out the best in you, or it brings out the worst in you at times because
but it's how you compete.
Some people handle it well and some people don't, and so but that's why competition creates a championship atmosphere, championship team, because it ought to be a competitive mentality every single day. You got to go out and win the job, win each rep, earn it. So it's good to get that youngster in there and let him know what it's like to be out here with the big guys.
So a little offside. Going to go ahead and move it back up to 2nd and 10. Goes out. Sheffield with the catch. Jackson Campbell.
Nice throw there by the youngster. He's just a little slant. We've seen it all night.
It's great to see that young kid out there. I say young kid. There's like 2 years difference, but with
Yeah.
these junior boys who have been playing, and Henderson takes off. Flag on the play.
Looks like we're going to get a hold.
O-line making some room for him. Flag on the play.
So that's going to put us back a little bit. Nice tough run by Henderson again. I've really enjoyed watching him play since moving here last year.
From Louisville, Kentucky.
I think you're
wanna
right.
say. Louisville,
you're right.
Kentucky.
I met Trae a couple weeks ago. Hadn't had a chance to meet him, and he came by the media room for something, and got to talk to him a little bit. This is a delightful young man.
Yeah, I had him. I was fortunate enough to have him in class when he moved in biology, and he was a great, outstanding young man, great student, really bright young man.
And picked off. And he's going to be brought down at the 5.
By number 21, Dean Cooper. Lions will take a shot deep in Eagle territory.
So tough play.
We're in that slant, that linebacker snuck just right underneath the route and picked it off. As we see this crowd start to kind of clear out.
If you've lost your phone, we've got an extra one that's been found. It's at the concession stand. If you're missing your phone, it's at the concession stand.
So we'll see if C.P.A. how quickly they capitalize on that play. A little run play. Seeing probably some of their second stringers right now.
Ethan Stewart on the carry, taking the handoff from Roper.
Yeah, we're seeing some guys get some playing time for both sides of the ball.
So we come down to about 9 minutes. Coming down to the 9-minute mark, and so Coach, we can talk about baseball a little bit. I know you guys have been doing some conditioning, some practicing a little bit. So I know that one of my favorite students and one of your favorite players is a senior this year.
Old Bo Escobar.
Bo Escobar. He just had an offer from where was that?
Walter State.
Yeah, from Walter State. An excellent junior college baseball program.
Mm-hmm.
And a perennial top 20 team in the country, I saw.
Yeah, they're a good program, man. Bo's a guy that works extremely hard. He's a goofy kid, but he's a very likable guy.
And I tell you, I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen this too, but just he's one of the students that I love to teach because there is such a distinct difference between his sophomore and senior seasons.
Yes, and he takes pride in what he does, not just on the baseball field, but he takes pride in what he does in the classroom and in the weight room and things like that. He's a guy that's a self-correct guy. If there's an adjustment to be made in any of those aspects, he recognizes it and does his best to make that adjustment. He's a kid that I'm really excited for. He's played a lot since he came here to Independence. He's had a couple good seasons, so we're looking for him to have a big year for us on the baseball field. As well as we've got a lot of we return a lot of guys from last year's club, and we're excited about what we've got coming back. We've got a lot of good young men that are working hard right now, trying to get better and just get ready. We're in that mode right now, though. We're just ready to get to the spring. We feel like we can go play right now, and
I know the feeling.
And we're itching to do it. So I'm excited for those kids and the opportunity for them to go out and compete.
And as they put on 7 or 6 more points, it's going to bring the score to 55-13, pinning the extra point. Yeah, I just had tennis tryouts this past week for the spring season. Gearing up for that. Got most of the two teams returning. Excited.
It's amazing to me to see the tennis program. Though so many kids interested in tennis. I mean, where I grew up and where I came from, tennis was kind of it wasn't a big sport.
But block.
It has been it is definitely one here. Your program, I mean, the amount of kids that come down there and work and just work on their craft, it's amazing.
It's a great place, and it's, once again, it's just the students and the players have been able to coach, and the best recruiting factor I have is that the kids that I am able to coach are the best kids, and it's enjoyable. And plus, I have to hand it to the Heritage Middle School and Hillsborough Middle School for starting the players. Those programs were not around when I started coaching, and I was able to coach at Hillsborough Middle for a few years.
Yeah.
And that's really the key to anything, is that strong middle school program. And I appreciate the hard work. And that's a really big thing that a lot of times does not get mentioned in Williamson County, that the middle school athletics in Williamson County are excellent. And the coaches at the middle school level are excellent as well. And they're really getting the kids ready.
Yeah, they do a great job at that level. And that's such a hard level to coach because I did my first year coaching. I coached middle school baseball, and you've got there's a big difference between a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old in terms of just development. I mean, you might have a 14-year-old that hit puberty early, and he's a bigger kid, and then you might have that 14-year-old that hasn't quite hit that yet, and on the flip side, you might have a 12-year-old that's still in. He looks like he's still 10 years old, and so the field's kind of big for him. And so middle school is a tough age to coach because you got so many different levels, not necessarily from a skill level, but just from a human development level.
You are the biology teacher.
Yeah, I am. I do teach biology and anatomy, so something to say about that. But it's a hard age. It's a hard age group to coach because, like I said, it's just so. Every kid's so different at that age, and even as high schoolers. I mean, when you get some of the freshmen come in, they just haven't fully developed yet, and they're still kind of feeling out their bodies, and some of them grow really fast, and they're kind of still trying to figure that out. So, it's definitely it can be it's a fun challenge. It's a challenge, but it's a fun challenge because you get to see those kids grow and develop, and as players, as athletes, as people. I'll never forget my first year coaching middle school baseball. It was in a JV tournament, and I had a kid hit a ball to the left center wall. He didn't hit it that far, but it rolled. So I'm sitting there thinking
it was a line shot.
I'm sitting there coaching third base, and I'm screaming.
Ooh,
triple.
A little bit of a run.
I'm screaming triple, and I haven't even looked at the kid running, and by the time I look and the cutoff's catching the ball, the kid has not even made it halfway to second base, and he got thrown out by probably 40 feet. And I looked stupid. But so that was my kind of wake-up call, is that every kid is different.
Well, to your credit, it was JV middle school.
that was my point. Is you got 12 and 13
middle school B team.
Yeah.
And that was a play.
Nice play. Nice
there we
catch.
go. So that is what you like to see.
That was a nice catch. Good throw by Kobe Creed to throw it where only his receiver can get it. Looks like we might have another freshman making that play, as I don't see his name on the rooster.
Man, I tell you what, that right there, but see, that's why you don't just stop the game, because you never know what's going to happen there. And so, there we go. Get some of these younger players out there.
Good little pitch and catch there. Levi Unseth, the senior, getting a grab there, getting upfield for a nice gain. C.J. Hill's in the backfield.
CJ, I have CJ in class. Give him the ball. CJ up the middle. Breaks it about 1. I'd love to see CJ get a touch here.
CJ is a senior, I believe.
He is. It's my first year with CJ. I've got to know him quite a bit. Wonderful young man.
Hard-working kid.
Hard-working.
Gotten a chance to get to know him just in passing, and he's a good kid.
Comes up a little bit short there. Second and goal from the 1-yard line. See if they try to give it to him as a senior. And he's going to go in for a touchdown.
Touchdown, C.J. Hughes.
And that's just, and I tell you what, that is, that's why, I'm enjoying being out here this evening. Is sometimes somebody who is, that doesn't see the ball too much, has worked hard for 4 years. It's great to see that. So great job, CJ.
Great to see him give a 6.
Yeah. So that brings the score to 55-19. Pending the extra point. The extra point is up and good.
Won the flag.
What's the last one there? Is it Kennesaw State?
Kennesaw?
Kennesaw?
Kennesaw State out of Kentucky, I believe.
Oh, I like that. Band hitting the field. So 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. The time is winding down. So still doing the push-ups. So right now, 55-20, 35-point lead for the C.P.A. Lions. And, it's a kind of disappointing night, losing, coming up short on homecoming. But, I kind of like that fight to go ahead and score so late in the game and not stopping at that point and just keep on going.
Yeah.
And getting some of those players that normally don't see a whole lot of time and get them in there and some work and kind of staying and not and kind of saving because we head back into the district next week with the game against Dixon.
Dixon's been struggling this year, man. They I believe are winless. I don't know how they've done tonight, but I believe they are winless on the season. So opportunity for us to come out and take care of business. They're not a better team than us.
Well, Dixon County, they need a Donald Weiss the fourth.
No, I don't think that's the answer. I think it's. They're just in a tough district, man. I mean, they're in this region with us. They're.
Well, I gotta say though, we kind of stole one of the best from Dixon to come in here.
I don't know about that.
No, I'm talking about Coach Buck.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about you.
My bad. Okay.
We didn't steal you from Dixon. You've been here for a few years.
I got cocky, man. I'm sorry.
Down here in the Spring Sport Complex, our new softball coach, Coach Buchanan.
Coach Buchanan,
he's known as Coach Buck.
He is a surefire TWSAA Hall of Famer with 4 state championship rings. As great a coach as he is, I was fortunate enough in high school to have him in class. Just a good dude, man. Just, I looked up to him as a player, and he coached me when I was playing football. So can't say enough about Coach Buck and what he, the kind of coach he is, the kind of guy he is. I know not only me, obviously, but the whole staff and administration is happy that he made the jump and came over to good old Thompson Station here at Independence High School.
And and it's great, it's such a great addition. Especially he has to deal with me and McClary and
That's a tough crew right there.
You down there. So kind of running the ball here, and we're kind of tailing down here, less than a minute to go. Coach, I'll tell you what, the game's not going to turn out the way that we want to, but I want to thank, once again, WCTV for hosting our game for their Game of the Week this week. Thank you for watching us tonight. It's been a pleasure for Independence High School Media to cover this, and thanks to our director, Garrett Fee, our graphics person, Erica Oppelt, and our camera people, Christian Dunham and Ethan Wilson, and our other camera person, Garrett Fee.
Can't say enough about the job your students do. They put together a quality product.
So C.P.A. is going to take one more snap. They're going to hand it off, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 20, and that's going to be it for us. So Coach Weiss,
thank you for having me, sir.
We're going to be back again for senior night.